Our head coach Levi joins us from Vincennes, heading into his third season. A couple of successful years, the past two seasons, 8-3 and 9-2. What have been the keys for you guys at Vincennes to have those successful years?
The keys for us the past two seasons is player buy-in. Another main thing for us was when I took over, we had to definitely increase the number of athletes that were playing football at Vincennes, because we've had some good athletes in the past that hadn't played. Bring our numbers up, and then we've had a really great buy-in from the kids and also the coaches as well. And I think that's probably been our biggest turnaround is everybody knows their part and believes kind of pulling the same way.
You mentioned trying to increase numbers. I'm sure getting athletes from other sports. From your perspective, how important is it for athletes to play multiple sports in high school?
I think that's a huge thing. For me, I played all three sports: baseball, football, and basketball as well. I ended up playing college baseball in Indiana State and D2 down in South Carolina, and I think you just give yourself more opportunities. You change up your training regimen. You're not doing the same thing over and over. You're using different muscles. I think it can do nothing but help an athlete by playing multiple sports.
You lose some playmakers from last year, Evan Combs and Spencer Corona. How has the team kind of filled those gaps this summer, and what do you like about this year's group?
Yeah, well, Spencer Corona, he's going to be a kid that's going to be really hard to replace. You're not going to find another kid that's just going to fit his role. He was kind of a do-it-all type of player for us. Offense, defense, we played quarterback at times. So looking at our receivers, we're going to have to do that kind of by committee this year. We're not going to have that big play guy that we've had the last 2 years. We had Caden Cotter the year before that. He's at Air Force. He was a tremendous high school receiver. And with Spencer Corona, we had kids that were deep threats and could make big plays. So I think collectively we play a lot of 4 receiver sets. So those 4 are going to have to pick it up, not just one guy.
Question for both Raekwon and Favian. 2 successful years last year, 8-3, 9-2. What did you take from those teams and some of their leaders that you hope to carry with this year's group?
Throughout the years, different leaders, they all do something new to the team every single year. You're always studying them, always understanding how they make the team better, and I just absorb all that to make our team, be the best leaders I can be to make our team as good as it can be right now.
Like just watching them practice in the games and stuff like that. It's just you take a bit from what they do and learn from them. Maybe implement it into your game a little bit.
All right, other questions?
I asked Jasper, so I'll ask you. Obviously, Jasper Vincennes is a big-time rivalry. Both schools are going to move to the SIC. So for all of you, how nice is it knowing that for future years, Jasper and Vincennes will be playing each other not only in football but in other sports still?
It's exciting because you still have the rivalry and everything. You still play them, and they're always fun to play against.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's been a rivalry for a long time. They're a good team, we're a good team. It's always down to the last minutes. It's always a fun time to watch. It's just it's a rivalry, so it's going to keep going. It's nice to know that.
I think that's one of those games headed into the season. When you're preparing and trying to get your team to be the best they can possibly be during the season, there are opponents that you're thinking about. Okay, they're pushing their kids just as hard, and with them going to the SIC with us to be able to keep that rivalry. I think I said it earlier, but football season wouldn't be the same if we did not have Jasper on the schedule. I played at Vincennes in the early 2000s, and that rivalry was pretty good. And the games were back and forth, and it seems like it's every year there, and it's just it's a just a good high school football rivalry in the southwest of Indiana. It's really nice that we're going to be able to keep that.
And then knowing, the Vincennes used to play in the SIAC, so have you heard from maybe the older generation in the community kind of with a little bit of excitement knowing that, hey, they're going to be playing Evansville schools like they used to in the 70s and 80s?
Yeah, exactly. You say older people in the community. My father, he's graduated from Vincennes Lincoln. He played in the SIAC, and I used to always hear that we're playing in the Big 8, but it's not the same as we had to go against the SIAC, the Rides, and So I think some of those older guys are they're excited to see. It's going to be a step up in competition for sure, and it's going to push our program, and we're going to have to just embrace the challenge. It's going to be a whole different animal, but we're really looking forward to it.
And for any of you guys, 9 wins 2 years ago, 8 wins last year. What's going to be the key, maybe, is to sustaining that success and having another good year this year?
To just buy into what Coach Salter tells us to do and, just execute it.
Yeah, just keep on getting momentum from the season before that. Just listen to coaches, better yourself at their players, that.
As far as, pardon me, as far as, going into that, down the line, going into the SIAC and having a new landscape, how much are you honing in on what you already have done and what already is successful to maybe having to make some changes because you may be playing some opponents? Have you talked about it, that, and what's your approach?
Yeah, I think the main focus for this team has to just be day to day. Whatever we're doing that day, we got to improve. That's got to be the main focus for the team, for players on the team. But as being a head coach, I know that change is coming. So I need to make sure that I best, equip our team and get them prepared the correct way heading into that season next year. But we can't overlook, the opportunity that we have in front of us this year. The last year at the Big 8, a lot of really, really good football players and football teams that came out of this conference. And I think that has to be our main focus. But yes, you still need to make sure, because we know that, it's coming. Next year it will be in the SIAC, so we need to be prepared for that. But also, the main focus has got to be this year.
I guess the final question for the players, just last note on just what it will be like for you guys suiting up for the Owls in the final year as the Big 8. Just how much are you looking forward to that?
Happy and sad. My freshman year, I just didn't really think about being a senior, thinking too much about those last 9, 10 games, and then a couple of weeks for our first game, for the second game, and then our last game. It's gonna go by so fast, but I just want to cherish the moments with all the players and teammates and all that. But yeah, it's gonna be a journey. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, like what Ray said, I'm excited, really excited for the season, and just ready to enjoy the moment, take all of it in on that side.
All right, thanks to Vincennes. Best of luck this year.